Something amazing has been happening in the UK for the past month or so. And the people, the genuine people, the real people of the UK are standing up. People that you'll never see, that you never heard of. People who've been patriots for years. People who love this country. And believe you me, have done a lot for this country, are taking a stand. I mentioned two of them last night when I did my live stream, Glenn Saffer and Andy Saxon. Now, Andy is under attack. He has been cancelled from Twitter. I'm not sure what his status is now, but the post that he was making promoting the Raising the Colours movement, which he is an integral part of. He's one of the founder members of the Raising the Colours movement. And he's the one that's basically buying all these flags and getting them out to people, certainly all over the West Midlands. I know there's different groups all over the country, but Andy is the main person that's doing all that in the West Midlands. And as you see from this tweet, I'm just going to put on the screen, basically Twitter have locked his account so they can't make posts. So obviously what he's trying to do in his posts is get people to support what he's doing. So I'm going to share a link in this video description to his Buy Me a Coffee, and I'm going to ask every single one of you if you can get behind Andy and support him in this, because as soon as these guys are putting flags up, these traitor councils are taking them down. And I believe this is an amazing form of resistance. And it says something, doesn't it? When local councils, basically the British government, the British establishment, despite what slippery two-tier Keir says, despite what two-tier Keir says, the British government, I believe, is absolutely against these flag protests, because they cannot stand the British people having their own patriotism that's not tied to any government agency, that's not instigated by the state. Just British men with the love of England in their hearts, the love of Scotland in their hearts, the love of Northern Ireland. And I've seen it's even catching on in the Republic. There's Irish tricolours all over Dublin now. And I never thought I'd see me celebrating an Irish tricolour being put up. But I tell you what, our national flags are important. Our nationality is important. More important than it's ever been. And what the deep state are doing, they did it this morning. They played clips of me on the radio this morning, taking clips from my speeches. And to be honest with you, I thought it sounded pretty good. But of course, they were demonizing me and saying, who was I to have the temerity to actually start and raise my voice about what's happening in my country. Well, that's what Andy's doing. Andy's not raising his voice. He's raising flags all over the West Midlands. And he is the main man that's basically supplying these flags all over the place. And it's an amazing thing to see. And we've all seen the footage. I'm going to play a little bit of the footage at the end of this video. But please get behind Andy, because believe you me, there are sinister elements that will try and close this down. There are sinister elements that want us all to shut up and go away. They want us all to shut up for the sake of diversity. Remember that infamous tweet that Naz Shah either liked or retweeted? Shut up for the sake of diversity. Well, we're choking on diversity. We don't want any more diversity. We want what is British to remain. That's what we want. We're not being unreasonable. It's not about race. It's not about the colour of your skin. But what it is about is patriotism. And we want everybody in this country to be proud enough to raise an England flag, to raise an Ulster flag, to raise an Irish flag, to raise a Scottish saltire, to raise the dragon in Wales. Everybody should be doing this right the way throughout the British Isles. I'm talking about the Republic of Ireland. I'm talking about the UK, right the way through these islands. We should be rediscovering the pride in our nation and our nations. And every single nation has got its own individual things to be proud of. As for me, I'm a proud Englishman, but I'm also proud to be British. And that's why I stand shoulder to shoulder with my neighbours in Northern Ireland, because we're proud to be British. And if you're in Ireland and you're proud to be Irish, that's fine. If you're Welsh and you're proud to be Welsh, that's fine. But we need to take a stand, because our nation is being destroyed. And it's been destroyed by the very people that should be protecting it. It's like we're in a massive abusive family where our parents are just beating us every day. That's what's happening with this government. The government, the king, the prime minister, the deep state, the home office, the very people that should be protecting us, the police force, are battering us into the gutter and supporting the people that are coming to this country illegally, the people that are committing crime in this country, the people that have groomed a generation of little girls in this country. And believe you me, we've the fight of our lives on our hands. If you look at these big AI models that everybody's using now, if you dig deep into those models are programmed with a left-wing bias. It's as simple as that. There's no two ways about it. They are not coming at things impartially. I don't care what anybody says. So it's time to take a stand. It's time to support Andy. Andy Saxon has done more to protect Tommy than anybody else in this entire movement, without a shadow of a doubt. And he's right at the heart of this flag protest now. So now he's the one that's been protecting everybody else. Now we need to support Andy, and we need to stand with Andy. He's a good man, and he's a friend of mine. And I would ask you, click on the link, get into that buy me a coffee, give him whatever you can. Every single penny that he gets will go on those flags, believe you me. And anyway, that's rant over. Let's get this. Let's have flags. And say on the 13th, right? On the 13th, everybody bring a flag with you. Everybody that comes, bring a flag with you. Whether it's the England flag, whether it's the Irish flag, whether it's the Scottish flag, whether it's the Welsh dragon, whether it's a Union Jack, bring a flag. And let's make this amazing event that's going to happen on the 13th of September. Let's just make it a sea of red, white, and blue, with the odd little bits of green, white, and gold in there for our Irish friends. Because listen, like I said the other day, there's Irish Catholic men coming to this event with loyalists. Two different sides of the community that would never normally mix together, or certainly go to political events together, coming together from Northern Ireland. That's a miracle in itself. And remember, this isn't just about our nation. It's about bringing Christianity back into our nation, because that's what's under threat. We know what's going on. We know that the deep state has surrendered our religion, our beliefs to a minority that does not have the best interests of anybody at heart apart from themselves. And we've got to stand against that. It's a difficult message, but it's the truth. So stand with Andy. Start buying these flags. Get your flags for the 13th. And let's just make this, let's make Britain great again. Hey, see you all soon.
Where are the men of England, those heroes brave and bold? Where are the men who bled and died in foreign wars untold? The men who conquered all and stood for faith and love, the men who looked to guidance from the Father up above. Where are the men of England, the heroes brave and bold? The men who stood for faith and truth, whose honor wasn't sold. Where were the men of England when abusers so depraved took the daughters of our nation, who forever they enslaved? What of the men of England that looked the other way? They took the country shilling, they never made their play. Where are the men of England, the heroes brave and bold? The men who stood for faith and truth, whose honor wasn't sold. The vile police and vice squad, they all seemed quite amused, as at the hands of groomers our daughters were abused. The politicians blamed the lads who stood up one and all. Most of all, they blamed the one who always took the fall. Where are the men of England, the heroes brave and bold? The men who stood for faith and truth, whose honor wasn't sold. Where are you, men of England? For now we all must stand. The future of our children is still within your hand. The future not yet written for this green and pleasant land. Where are you, men of England, the heroes brave and bold? The men who stood for faith and truth, whose honor wasn't sold. Where are the men of England, the heroes brave and bold? The men who stood for faith and truth, whose honor wasn't sold. Where must stand. The future of our children is still within your hands. Where are you, men of England? For now we all must stand. The future of our children is still within your hands. The future not yet written for this green and pleasant land. Where are you, men of England? The heroes brave and bold, the men who stood for faith and truth, whose honour wasn't sold. Where are you, men of England? For now we all must stand. The future of our children is still within your hands.
Drink. I don't want the council coming here snagging it.
Oh, this is gonna cost them a ton of dosh. A ton of dosh.
God, what do we think about the council?
Oh, she looks tremendous.